at 5, day one of the trial of a former Rock Hill police officer has ended. That trial centers around this controversial arrest. Jonathan Moreno is facing misdemeanor jail time for an assault and battery charge after a violent confrontation last June with brothers Ricky and Travis Price.
Well, both brothers were initially arrested, but 2 weeks later, charges were dropped, and Moreno was fired from the Rock Hill Police Department. Jonathan Moreno was arrested for excessive force against Travis Price. His jury is made up of 4 white women, 1 white man, 1 black woman, and 2 alternates. Video of that incident that you're looking at there led to race-related protests last summer, and it was shown this morning to the jury when the victim in the case, Travis Price, took the stand. Well, the day ended with Jonathan Moreno testifying in his own defense. Our chief legal correspondent, Seema Iyer, was in the courtroom and joins us live from the courthouse.
And Seema, you always say when the defendant takes the stand, the case becomes all about the defendant. Do you still think that after hearing from Moreno today?
1,000%, Brian. In fact, I don't even remember Travis's last name because let me tell you this. Moreno, and I say this as someone who is not just your reporter, but your legal correspondent who's been doing this for 24 years. Moreno was self-serving. He was incredibly scripted. He was testifying about things that were irrelevant and outside the scope and should not have been allowed into evidence. And in fact, at times I was wondering, am I in Rock Hill, South Carolina, or am I in the wild, wild West? The prosecution should have objected to so much of his testimony. Let me just give you a little taste of what Jonathan Moreno said on the stand moments ago.
And I had a lot of questions. Why? How am I being isolated? How did it go from such a big incident to such a big investigation to just me being narrowed down as the only person at fault?
Now, do you hear that? I mean, he doesn't even know why he was arrested, or at least that's what he's telling the jury. And let me tell you, again, very, very trained by his lawyers, in my opinion, because he was facing the jury the whole time. He never took his eyes off them. And just so you know, our amazing photographer, Brian, after this is going to go back to the newsroom and cut for you that entire Moreno testimony. We're going to put it on our website because our viewers need to see every moment of it, guys.
Yeah. Seema, do you expect this case to go to the jury tomorrow? And then can you tell us how the jury was responding to not only Travis Price, but also Jonathan Moreno?
That's right, Travis Price, that's his name. So Travis Price, by the way, because I've seen Travis from the beginning of this case. So Travis has also become very media savvy, and he was a little bit more rehearsed as well. But I think all the jurors are paying close attention. They were listening to every word both Travis Price and Jonathan Moreno had to say. Moreno, by the way, that was just his direct testimony. So tomorrow morning starts his cross-examination. If I'm the prosecutor, I'm going to keep Moreno on the stand for 2 or 3 or 4 days. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think we are likely to see a closing argument tomorrow, if not both closing arguments, and then perhaps another verdict watch, guys.